Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2020 Manager Career Mode here with McLaren for the final episode of this season, then the finale at Doha here for round number 16. If you guys did miss the previous one, the Brazilian Grand Prix, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one. That was a very, very entertaining race indeed at Brazil, and we were able to do some great stuff with Carlos Sainz, and Norris to an extent, I guess, in terms of both of them had to make comebacks, but obviously Sainz was actually greater, far greater than Lando Norris is. He did peeve me off quite a fair bit, so I can't lie, you know, we're going to keep him for the sake of, obviously, it's McLaren, it's a good feel of Sainz and Norris, but in reality, he has been pretty poor this season, so he needs to kind of buck up for next season if we are to really challenge for the title, or even just the kind of, you know, regular podiums and maybe race wins potentially. We'll have to see really how next year's car goes, obviously, but that will be in the next episode. But this one, we round out the season then. Norris given a penalty for a collision. I've got to say, fair penalty to me. That's going to reduce his morale by 2% there, but I can't really say too much in terms of that. You know, I can't see if it was a just one or not, but this guy's burnt out, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to have to fire him, basically, because there's no point really keeping him around. To be fair, he's not really a essential guy, really, there. He's on the fixing end of things, so that's fine by me. We're going to have a quick look at a mistake percentage and see what we've got going on. So 0.2, let's swap him out there. 1% can go, 0.5, that's good. Those are all generally pretty decent now. 1.1 on the rear jack's quite high, but I can swap him out with level 18 here, so swap him through. And then in terms of new highs, apart from the front jack's pretty good, that'll be a 19. Is that going to be an improvement on what we've got right now? Right now we've got a 10 for some reason. We need to swap this back. We've got a 19 on the front jack here, so I don't know why we had someone else going on. So we've got 1.92 pit stop. That's actually really good. So we can reject all these guys. Actually, we don't need anyone else on the pit crew wise, at least for the end of the season here. Maybe just check in terms of the contracts here for some of these guys. Unfortunately, I have to go through and click manual in every single one, but I think I've done a lot of the contract renewals already, so we'll leave it at that. I'm confident about that. So, of course, we're doing nothing on the car, so in terms of the episode here, we can probably just jump ahead, but we've got a dilemma from Norris. I'm not feeling myself lately. You tell me to push, conserve, overtake. I don't feel like it's me racing anymore. So, I understand, I want to make my own decision, so let's try it. Gone rogue, so that means I can't tell him what to do, but it says renewed passion, or a morale. I'm the boss here. See, gone rogue's actually, no, that's even worse than not being able to tell him for team orders. That's literally, I can't tell him what to do. That's horrendous. No, mate, I'm the boss here. Your morale's gonna go down. What's your morale saying right now? It's still pretty high, but it's taking a hit there with minus 20. Honestly, guy, I know, like I just said, it'd be great to keep him for the sake of, you know, it's McLaren, you know, it's the story. But in this game, he's just not very good. Like, Sainz has just been pulling his weight so much more. I know the star rating's only a little bit higher, but in the race, when it matters, he's a lot better. Like, he just turns up and has the result. So, it's been quite frustrating. But also at the same time, I don't know who on earth I would hire. So, we'll leave it for now. But I think there might be a slight chance we look to replace Norris halfway through next season if he doesn't buck up and really start to put in the work and not go wide and crashing here and there, you know, with 4 different episodes in this season, basically. But here we go. Then traveling to Doha, obviously, we've got nothing to do on the car, so we're moving straight on. Report says, obviously, 0% chance of rain because it's Doha. Norris has got a top 10 result, so he's got a bit of improvability and potential added on, so that's kind of good. Hopefully, that'll see him be a bit better. Actually, that did on the mail there. What did that star rating said? Oh, no, I looked at it wrong. I thought for a second it said 4 and a bit stars, but no, it's still 4. Right, in terms of the tyre wear, it's low, so we'll take in plenty of ultras. I know softs are going to be useful. Super softs probably not as much. So I'll take in 8.5 there. I don't think we'll use super softs, to be honest. We'll use the soft tires plenty. Fit parts, same as we've had, basically. Obviously, Sainz deserves to have this. And, of course, we are trying our best, if we can, to keep him in 3rd place. But it's going to be tough, because Bottas is only 3 points behind, and the Mercedes cars have been looking pretty quick. So we'll see about that. Trying to get Sainz the best of the rest in our season, just like he did in his real-life 2019 season. We're trying to do that for him in this fantasy 2020 pre-season, trying to get him 3rd place. But for now, we go on to practice. Should pretty straightforward, though, because obviously it's Doha, and it's the last race of the season. So let's hopefully have everything go off with a bang. So triple excellent, 3 purples, good setup, good practice. Hopefully everything goes off without a hitch in this last race to see out the season strong. All right, taking practice, and Sainz actually has less feedback for some reason this race than Norris. Obviously, maybe Norris got a little bit of a booster with that perk he got, potentially. I'm not too sure, but or if Sainz just doesn't like this circuit, maybe. I don't know if that's why the feedback's gone down a little bit. But so Lando might actually get a better setup done quicker than Carlos Sainz. But to be fair, last episode in general was fiddly with both the drivers, so we'll see about that. But on the soft tyres, of course, we'll go out for a bit of a stint here, get some tyre wear knowledge done and some race trim done before checking the setup here. It's I think it's a fairly long lap, isn't it, at Doha? So it's going to be tough actually to get all 3 levels, I think, with these guys. They go across the line to 1:35. Yeah, it's a long lap here. So I think level 3 on the softs and race trim, and then level 2 only on the quali and the ultras. I think we're looking at basically. Right, we got level 2 done just in time for them to come in from that stint we put them out on first, so pretty decent time in there. Let's see now. Pretty much almost the same sort of thing. They got the angles of the wings correct. We just need to change the suspension a little bit there and see how we do. So if I soften it, we go towards oversteer. I think we're going to need maybe 1 click like that. And then speed balance, I'm going to go towards long or acceleration. We've got high downforce, so I would say acceleration, to be honest, but it might be completely wrong there. But I'm going to take a gamble there with Sainz, see how that goes. We've got 15 minutes left. I think we're going to swap onto quali trim just in case the track's that long and we're really in trouble of getting a lot of knowledge done here. In terms of Norris, I know he wanted to soften the suspension because he told me on the radio there whilst we're going out there, but also at the same time, I think that's where we need to go. Even though it looks like the bar has way more to go on understeer, he literally said, I want softer suspension for stability. So I'm gonna trust what he's saying on the team radio versus the bar there. For him, it looks like speed balance is pretty good. So let's just do 1 click towards top end speed and see how that goes for him. We'll do quality trim as well. I have a hunch now we've already got the gearbox wrong with Sainz, and we have to go towards top end speed, but let's just see how this goes. Get level 2 at least, hopefully on quali trim and ultra, but we only got 13 minutes left, and we're only halfway through to level 1, so it kind of looks like we're very short for time here if we can even get it all done. It's to level 2, let alone level 3 for race trim and the soft R. Right, we got a good for the handling. We got a very poor for Carlos Sainz with the gearbox. So we went the complete wrong way, and we have to go towards here. So, like I said, I got it completely wrong there. So I think that's going to be the excellent for him. If that's okay, I would say that's excellent. And then that went from great to good. So that was wrong decision then. So we want a harder suspension for him. So maybe it's just different to Norris. But watch how Norris does not like the softer handling. Yep, this is so. He says it in the team radio. I want softer suspension arms. And now he's saying he doesn't want it, so that's great. Should just follow the bar. Just always follow the bar. Just ignore what the drivers say. Just follow the bar the entire time. Right, handling, gonna go there. Speed balance was okay, so let's just knock this back to where we were. That's quite a large jump for the handling, so let's go back there. 1 click. Right, 3 laps go. On ultras and quali, looks like we're only gonna get level 2. I would say, I mean, I can bring them in straight away, but will they get it in time? I'm not too sure. I'm going to bring them in straight away. We'll try and get level 3. They got 2 excellents and 1 great there. Race trim, 4 laps. Same set of softs there. Go, go, go. Norris, 2 excellents and 1 good. Not as great, but still kind of okay. Let's tweak that a little bit. That was poor. That was okay. That was good. So maybe 1 more click there will be the icing on the cake. Let's go. Race trim. Right, let's see. Maybe. We've got 3.5 minutes. We're already got a little bit of level 2 done, so maybe we can get level 3 on the soft and race trim right at the end of the death here. Let's see as we've gone through. 2 minutes gone. In some of the lap times, we're looking a bit off the pace, but of course we're on the softs right now, and we haven't really done too many fast laps on the ultras, but here we come through. Last minute of practice, and we will get level 3 on the soft and race trim. Level 2 on ultra and quali. Best we could hope for, really, with such a long lap. in practice here with a 133 at Doha. So looking good then on towards qualifying, the final one of the season. Let's hope we don't have a pretty calamity. Well, it wasn't a calamity at Brazil, but hopefully we have a better one than we had at Brazil, because I got my hopes up there and we kind of had to dash them quite quickly. All right, here we are then. We're going to go for a Ultra and Quali, of course. For both these guys, I don't know why I contemplated choosing something else for a quick minute there, but we've got okay on the handling. So let's go back to this. So 93, despite Lando Norris having the better feedback here, his has actually been a little bit fiddlier to work out to get perfect here. So let's bring this back there. That might be the one. Going to take a stab in the dark in Q1 and see how that goes for him. Obviously, Q1, we've got the time to try and test things out, so we can maybe go for 2 runs with Norris there. But let's go out with Ultras for Sainz and Ultras for Lando as well. Obviously, we've got enough to burn. We don't need to save them, I don't think. Right, so Norris is a little bit off the pace there. Once again, about 9/10. Maybe that's just the difference of the car, because his setup's now 97. Let's go for another one on that worn set of Ultras and see if we can go any better on that worn set, potentially. I don't know. But 9/10's quite a lot there, so the car difference is quite massive. So that shows that next season, when the car is based off the base stats of the highest we've got, which is Sainz's car, both should be in hopefully a pretty good place, I would say, maybe. Let's see, 2 greens, though. Across the line, improving to 1/10, not much better, though. So Norris got a lot of making up to do, or at least we'll have a tough race here. Maybe that's just everyone else improving, bringing upgrades maybe in this last race still, whereas obviously we've stalled to save as much money as we can for next year's car. But still up into Q2, that's everything that matters for both cars. But Norris, I don't know, it looks like he might struggle a little bit to get into the top 10 shootout, you know, which would be quite surprising. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, if he was to go wide again, then it'd be the same thing, wouldn't it? Of starting outside the top 10. Right, Q2. Send them out again on a set of Ultras, and let's pray Lando Norris can have a good one. You know what? I might even do his manually, just to give him a bit of an oomph here. So let's go on manual, and let's do this manually and see how we go. Hopefully I can try and get this perfect if we can. Right, we've got perfect and overheated, so that's at least a better outlap than Sainz got on the computer there. So maybe that might just be a little bit of a boost for Norris. We've got slipstream behind Carlos Sainz, but also some traffic with the Racing Point car. But here we go then, purple-green, looking good. He's gone faster than Sainz that first sector there with the toe. And across the line, Norris, that's much better. 2/10 off Carlos Sainz. That is a much better job by him. And so that should be through into the top 10 shootout, I would hope there. And look how close it is. Okay, until that. It was close until everyone came through and decked it. And look at the Red Bulls and the Haas. Sorry? The Haas of Magnussen up in P1 and Grosjean P5. The Haas car has had some mega upgrades into this last race of the season, it would seem like. And the Red Bulls as well. Where's that come from? P9 and P11. That's a little bit lower down than I was hoping for there. I hope we can pick up the pace in Q3. But, my word, Magnussen. What a madness there, ahead of both Red Bulls, who again, that in itself is a madness to be ahead of Ferrari and Mercedes. I didn't think that was going to happen there. Hopefully no one improves too much here, because I'm going to keep them into the pits, because I think we should be safe enough. There's a massive gap from 12th to 13th, so I think we should be safe there. We are safe, I think, because it looks like no one else is really improving that much there. So I think we're through into Q3. Yeah, we are. But wow, both Haas through into Q2, both Alfa Romeos. So Alfa Romeo and Haas clearly improving at the end of this season. And Magnussen, he's going to be ecstatic with that. Well, if he's anywhere near that in Q3, I'll be stumped. Right, it's the top 10 shootout. Let's see if Haas are really legit going to be up here. But let's send them both out at the same time here and see how they do off the bat. I'm kind of hoping that was maybe a bit of a fluke, you know. We've seen, you know, qualifying sometimes a little bit messed up in Q2 and even Q3, really, in terms of the track evolution, the way some drivers turn up and don't in between sessions. So let's see if that was just a bit of a glitch. If not, then that's going to make the race very interesting for us, because then Bottas will be a little bit further down the order potentially, and we could actually, you know, be able to race him a little bit with Sainz and kind of try and, you know, actually beat him on track and have an actual battle then for P3 in the championship, rather than maybe just kind of a big drawn-out strategy plan. But let's see how these first laps go. Track grip is still going up here. It's not very high at the moment. It's actually going down as we go through the session here. So the track itself also a little bit odd in terms of its behavior earlier. And at the moment, Lando Norris sets a time that's 9/10 better than Carlos Sainz. So Sainz the one with a bit of a mistake there on his lap then. Albon and Verstappen clearly looking very quick. Norris, though, P3 at the moment. So everyone else was also very slow indeed as well. But the two Red Bulls looking mighty, especially Albon. That's correct. Albon's 7/10 ahead of Verstappen. Albon, that's pretty mad. Okay, right, we're going to wait to the end of the session. You're going to send Sainz out last, I think, behind Lando Norris, just to give them kind of, you know, the same treatment, basically, as we got before. But let's just see and wait for a bit of a gap here. Let's go now, I would say. With Norris there, go with Sainz now as well. Hopefully that's enough time to get through to the end of the lap. I think it will be. But let's see. We need a much better lap from Carlos Sainz. He's 9/10 off Lando Norris. And Lando Norris, hopefully, is able to improve on that lap time. And everyone else does not. Because he's in a very lofty third place right now. I would have definitely taken that at the very start of the episode. Whilst I was bagging on him, basically. So let's keep it going. But let's see. Sainz, going to focus on him just to see. Because he needs a much better lap here. Let's see. Green first sector. That's a little bit better. Norris is now down to P4, so Leclerc goes faster. So everyone is speeding up a little bit. It's a white first sector for Sainz, for second sector there. Cross the line, and it's no improvement there. Carlos Sainz with a much better car, down in P9. Disappointing there. Lando Norris, P4. And Albon is on pole position for the first time in Formula 1, I believe, here in the Red Bull. Leclerc P2, Verstappen P3. The Mercs a little bit off the pace. Well, as last races go, this is going to be an interesting one, because it looks like it's very jumbled up here. You've got the Haas splitting the Mercs as well, and Sainz and Bottas, there you go, right next to each other. That's going to be quite exciting as well. Right, in terms of strategy then, obviously full out attack. We're going to go with the soft tyre and race trim knowledge. These tyres will go, how long? 13 laps, probably only 11, I would say. And then the soft tyres, I don't know how long they go, but we'll see about that. I think it'll probably be a two-stop with two sets of soft tyres, I think. But we'll see what everyone else does. I do remember Doha always being quite funny with tyres, and you never really know what strategy you're doing until maybe the second stint in terms of how long that tyre actually goes for. But let's see. Sainz has a lot of work to do from P9 to at least one over, say, Bottas. That's the first thing. And then jump back up to where Norris is. And Norris hopefully has a good start. Doesn't go wide. Doesn't crash into anyone. And can stay up there for at least the first part of the race. So I envisage probably maybe Red Bull pulling away. They look very strong indeed. Here we go then to 5 red lights. So the final race of this season then. The first season with McLaren F1 2020. 5 red lights are out. And we're underway. And it is a slow start there for Carlos Sainz. Uncharacteristic, really. Lando Norris has a slow one as well. He's down to P8. And so that's a very just all-round bad start here from both our cars here. We used to have the best starts on the grid. And now we're down to P12. P10 with Norris, P15 with Carlos Sainz, which is even worse. I don't know what's going on here. We need to speed up things up and get back into place. Come on, lads, up into P12 finally with Carlos Sainz. Lando Norris back up into P7. That is much more like it. Keep it going there. But Bottas P5 ahead of us right now. He's, oh, no! Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, of course. Of course, I talk all this stuff about, oh, it's going to be a great banging last race. Let's go out with a bang. Bag on Lando Norris for crashing. Of course, Carlos Sainz just had to crash. Oh, Lord. Ladies and gents, you can't make this stuff up. This game loves to push my buttons. This is a 4-year-old game now. 2020. Came out in 2016, did it not? It's a 4-year-old game. And it still vexes me to this day so much when things like this happen. Oh my god, right. He's out. So we've lost best of the rest in the championship. We've secured P3 anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. Now, it's fully focused on Norris then, mate. Well, I guess, really, mate, we're going to race, and you've got to try and prove to me that you're still a good driver, mate. Let's try and, attack these Ferraris, attack these Mercs, and try and get a top 5, maybe, I think. I don't know. Let's see about that. Right now, though, we're on the safety car, because that was a very hefty crash for Carlos Sainz there. I mean, he's completely half in the wall there, so it's a very hefty crash. But, I can't believe that. I can't believe it. Of all the people, I literally wouldn't have minded if Norris crashed again. But really, Sainz, the one who was in the championship fight with Bottas for B3, Well, let's hope for Bottas DNF then, shall we? And that's the only way we're going to get P3 with Sainz. But anyway, the safety car's now heading to the garage. This lap, we're going to save a decent amount of fuel here on this final in-lap here. We're now in the positive once more. We're going to go to attacking and overtake mode once we get to the corner. As soon as it goes green, go, go, go. Overtake mode, let's do this. We're going to try and overtake the Ferrari down the inside. We go of Leclerc, maybe even the Mercedes car. Yes, and a Red Bull. And a Red Bull of Albon, but Albon comes back at him. The two former F2 rivals in a way. Two F2 racers now battling in Formula 1 here, right at the forefront. And Lando Norris, force habit. Lando Norris gets up into P4 ahead of Albon. Now attacking Hamilton here in good stead as well. That's decent to see. Right, I'm going to go high fuel mix. You don't want to burn the fuel out too much. And go neutral. We're up into P3 now. And George Russell has now crashed. But we're up into P3 for how much longer, though? Because we're now down to high and neutral on the pushing there. So we'll see how long this lasts, really. But up into a podium position here with Lando Norris. Doing a decent job. He's heard me, clearly. But you can see there Hamilton and Albon nipping at his heels quite a lot there. So we'll see how long he can really go for here. The tyre wear said that lap 11, did it not? Yeah, so let's see. We're going to have to go conserve a little bit to try and stretch this to lap 11, I think. I don't think it will get to lap 11, to be honest. I think we're looking more at probably this lap, actually. So, yeah, let's pit in now. Get the undercut going there. Push on in Sector 2. Gain about 3/10 there. That's the best we're going to get, really, isn't it? So, soft tyres. 20 laps, probably only 18. So, let's say that goes 27. And then probably... Yeah, 2 sets of soft tyres. I think it's going to be the safer bet for us as well, and the best bet. So let's come in. Right, good pit stop, please. No mistakes. Good stuff there. Right. Going to push out there. Going to go on medium fuel, though. And, oh, Leclerc has crashed. So that's one runner we don't have to worry about there. And it definitely was going to be a worry for us, I think. On the Ferrari car is always going to be a worry there for us. So we go on through, pushing on this outlap there. And let's see what we can do. We're closing up already to Bottas to re-overtake him, having made a pit stop already. So that's how slow he is going now in this GP. So that's good news for us. But we've got a driving mistake. And that has a big chunk of tyre wear out for us there. So that's really annoying. So I have to try and now conserve the tyres as they overheated quite a fair bit in a blink and a flash, as we had the mistake there. But Norris, P5, P4... It was P4 for a second, but Hamilton's re-overtaken us because he's on ultras. But we should jump Bottas, so we should still be up in P4, I would say, I think, at least then. And the safety cars left the pit lane again because Sergio Perez has now crashed. A lot of crashing in his final race. I guess everyone pushing very, very hard. That's a pretty horrendous one there, half in the barrier. So we now calm things down. This will not benefit us. This will benefit Vettel, Verstappen and Hamilton, unfortunately. But at least everyone else behind us is on some different strategies. So at least there's that. But this will definitely benefit the top three there, extending their ultra stint a little bit longer than it normally would be. But here we go. 1 lap left. We're still not saving that much fuel, actually, there. On this last lap, can we save enough fuel to go positive? Don't think so. But on the restart, we'll go full out attacking in overtake mode, as we usually do. Right, here we go. Through this bend and go attack, overtake mode. Let's go, go, go. As we go through, safety car's in. And we'll push hard and we'll try and overtake the Mercedes car. There we go. Try to look around the outside of the Ferrari. Didn't quite work there. We'll go down to high fuel mixture now. We're in P3 still. Pressurizing P2 there, you can see. Hamilton, Bottas being overtaken by Raikkonen. So the Alfa Romeo looking pretty good there as well. And we're, nearly overtook Verstappen there, you know. Had a little dive down the inside. Didn't quite work out. We'll go neutral now because I want to save these tyre wear. And Felipe Massa's crashed. We've got 5 DNFs so far in this Grand Prix. It's a massive bloodbath of a GP, this race, it seems like. Right. P3 still. Keep it going in neutral. I would say probably at some point Hamilton does overtake us because he's on ultras, but right now we're doing a really decent job at delaying that quite a fair bit here. We're going to go overtake mode, try and push on, keep ahead, keep ahead. Okay, no, they've finally overtaken us. Even Bottas got past us on the ultras, but that's to be expected, but they will be coming in earlier than us, remember, so we just got to watch out for that. Keep things calm, cool, collected, neutral, medium, and play the long game here, hopefully. Right, Giovinazzi's crashed, so that's 6 runners out of this GP now. Giovinazzi's crashed, so they're crashing left, right, and centre every few laps here. So now we're going to go full out attack mode now. We're into the danger zone with these tyres. We can see there the cliff has not been met yet, as we're now 1.1 quicker there in P5, closing back up to P4. And now this is where we'll pit onto the soft. 17 laps to go. Easily we'll make the end of the GP, and we can push on the tyres. We know we can lean on them, so we're going to come in earlier. Quite funny enough, it looks like their tyre wear is mega, and we've got a mistake on the front right, unfortunately. That loses us 3 seconds, which is not what we needed at all, as we're now behind Albon there. But their tyre wear looks mega, unfortunately, so I don't know if we can actually get P3 in this Grand Prix, or even P4, to be honest. But let's just see how we go here. Got to save some fuel, though, so we're going to go stay on medium for now on the fuel. Right, sit rep on lap 29. We've been overtaken by Raikkonen. He's pit and come out ahead of us on another set of Ultras. I think he's going to the end of the Grand Prix. So we might even get pushed down to P6 at this rate, because the Alpha of Raikkonen, at least, is looking very quick for some reason. I think they must have brought upgrades. That's the only logical explanation that I'm going to tell myself. But 13 laps to go. Fuel's still not really there. Still need to keep a hang at these tyre temps. And Verstappen and Hamilton pit for Ultras, and they're well ahead of us. So we are, the race pace has not been great. We are very slow, actually. We're P7, 45 seconds off. Obviously, Albon will pit, and hopefully we'll overtake him. But Bottas, once he pits, he'll probably stay there, wouldn't he? He stays in P4. We've got P6, like I said, from Albon. But Albon's also on Ultras, so we're going to be down to P7. So this car, at the end of this season, really quite slow, actually, unfortunately. Not really a great race car at Doha. Maybe just doesn't suit us, of course. Obviously, I don't think Doha has crucial on the engine front of things. So that also explains a lot in terms of, obviously, our car is not great at anything apart from the engine side of things. So to be expected, maybe, really. So we're just trying to do our best job here. If we get P6, if we can maintain P6, that'd be great. But we probably won't, because I need to back up now. As another retirement. How many retirements are there? We've got 15 runners in this Grand Prix once Kvyat comes out of this GP. That's a madness. And Albon probably is going to overtake us very soon, because I'm on backup and medium right now, trying to bring the tyre temps back into range. But we've only got 15 runners. Mad. Usually this is the opening race of the season, not the last race. You know, usually you expect a lot of retirements of the first race. You know, reliability is an issue. This last race, like I said, I think they've all just chucked the kitchen sink at it, and they've just all crashed whilst pushing too hard or something. I don't know. But 5 laps to go, and we're just about maintaining this P6, you know. Keep it going, keep it going. Right, here we go then, on to the last lap, or 2 laps remaining to go of the Grand Prix. Need to actually calm this down maybe a little bit there, as the tyre wear kicks in a little bit. I actually prematurely thought it was the last lap, but it's going to be the next one along. But we're maintaining this P6, looking good for it here, as Albon's tyres are wearing out as well. But mine are going down as well, 9% as we come through the last sector. Hopefully keep it, hold of it there, just about going to keep hold of it. P6 across the line. Norris, it's a fair effort. Our car clearly wasn't quick. Obviously, he's got the slower car of the two, and he got P6. So I think Sainz could have maybe got P4 ahead of Bottas there, but in the end, wasn't meant to be. And in the end, it's a bit of a weird finale, really, for me. It wasn't really the way I wanted to see out the season, but I guess, you know, see the back end of this sayonara. It's time for greener pastures, because after this episode, we're going to build a great car next season, hopefully, and try and challenge these guys for consistent podiums and the win, hopefully. So in the end, Carlos Sainz is down to P4 in the championship, which is still a very noble effort in the McLaren in 2020. Lando Norris P7 there, and of course, we already solidified P3 in the championship, so that's happy days for us, really. So we had 2.9 million, and so in total, we have 71 million in the bank. We have a lot of funds. We have Ferrari level of funds right now for this next season. Lewis Hamilton, though, wins the championship then, and Mercedes win the trophy, but we're going to come for you next time at 2020. It says 2019, of course, because remember, this is a 2020 boss job off the 2019 fantasy mod. But here we are then, at the end of this season. Let's see how much prize money we get right at the end here, and then we'll cut it off at that and leave you waiting to build our brand new car. But Raikkonen's agent's telling I'm interested. I'm going to say, who wouldn't want Kimi Raikkonen? I'm going to say that to him. Maybe, you know, he's 4.5 stars. He's better than Lando Norris. Just saying, you know, maybe Kimi returning to McLaren. That would be quite a story, wouldn't it? So, I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments below, lads. Raikkonen back into McLaren. That could be quite tasty, huh? But let's see how this goes then. Car repair is done. We come through to the end of the season. And here we go. The last emails here. Prize money for this season. And we get an additional 68 million. So we have in total 140 million to spend. That is probably a budget McLaren would just dream of, I think, in terms of in this game. I don't think they had this much money to start off with. Obviously, we only started off with, like, what was it, like 10 million, if that? Absolutely amazing. Manager of the season is myself. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will very gladly take that. Thank you, thank you. And driver of the season is Alexander Albon, apparently. Where did he come in the championship? He came P8, so that's a bit of an odd one for that. But there you go. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it was a fan vote potentially. And all the kind of Thai Brit fans voted in full force. But thank you very much for the manager of the season. But look at that, 140 million. That is going to be very juicy for next season, and that is where I'm going to end this episode off, guys, and leave you waiting for season 2 of this McLaren Manager career mode. That's going to be very exciting to build next season's car with this much budget. It's going to be a grand season, I think. But guys, if you have enjoyed this episode and this entire season, the building foundation season, and you're excited for the next season where we try and take McLaren back to glory fully, then let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button. If you're new around here to try for weekly full-on content, I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.